The worst training partner might be your best friend. If you train alone, you have probably felt this before. You are in the gym, doing your own things, no one's watching, no one's correcting you, no one's pushing you, and sometimes it feels like you are at a disadvantage, like you are missing something, because everywhere you look, people are training with partners, coaches, following structured programs, and you start to think, maybe I'm doing this wrong. But here's the thing most people don't realize. Training alone might actually be your biggest advantage. Now, on one side, you have people who rely too much on others. They need someone to tell them what to do, how much to lift, when to stop. Every decision comes from someone else. On the other side, you have people who are completely lost. They train alone, yes, but they are just guessing, trying random exercises, changing programs every week, following whatever videos they watched last night. Both sides look different, but they share the same problem. They don't actually understand what they are doing. Imagine learning how to cook. One person follows a recipe perfectly, step by step, but has no idea why anything works. Another person just throws random ingredients together hoping it tastes good. Neither of them can actually cook. And that is exactly what's happening in the gym. The real problem is not whether you train alone or not. It is whether you can think for yourself. And that is the whole point of this channel. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm here to break things down to the fundamentals so you can actually understand what you are doing and make your own decisions. Finding a good training partner is a lot like finding a business partner. It sounds simple until you actually try. If you train with close friends, there's always that extra layer. The friendship comes first. So there are things you don't say, things you hold back, and sometimes that is exactly what ruins the result. But when you work with someone you are not that close to, you can be honest, direct. You say what needs to be said. And over time, you either adapt to each other or you realize you are just not a good fit. Training is the same. Everyone has their own style, their own strength level, their own way of moving. An exercise that works perfectly on someone might do nothing on you. So when you force two people to train the same way, it often just wastes the whole session. You are adjusting plates, waiting, breaking your rhythm, and even focus is different. Some people come to the gym, treat it like a community, they talk, and some people come to log in. For some, this is the only place where they can truly be themselves. That's why if you really look around, a gym feels like an airport. All kinds of people, all kinds of destinations, everyone moving in their own direction. So if you are training alone, what actually matters? Not the perfect program, not the best exercise, just a few things. First, are you getting stronger over time? More reps, more control, more weights? Second, are you actually challenging the muscle, not just moving the weight, but making the set hard enough to create a stimulus? Third, are you consistent enough? Because none of this works if you keep restarting every 2 weeks. That's it. Everything else is just detail. And this is where training alone becomes powerful because you don't rely on someone else. You are forced to pay attention to your form, to your performance, to your recovery. And awareness is what most people lack. The moment you turn knowledge into belief, you stop questioning. And when you stop questioning, you stop improving. People who train alone but think clearly, they adapt faster because they are not blindly following. They are adjusting. So no, training alone is not your weakness. If anything, it removes the noise. You don't need a coach to tell you everything. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to understand what actually matters and learn how to make better decisions over time. Because at the end of the day, you are the one doing the work anyway. So you might as well understand it. And look, if this made you think differently about how you train, that is the point. Not to agree with everything I said, but to actually think about it. Drop a comment below to let me know, do you train alone or with a partner? And which one do you think has made you better? I read everything. If you found this useful, share it with someone who has been overthinking their training. They probably need to hear it more than you do. And I will see you in the next one.